Unit 4 is cellular metabolism. This unit begins to pull together some of the concepts that we've discussed over the chemical basis of life and the cell. Let's start by identifying the basic structure and general function of enzymes. We've already discussed proteins within the chemical basis of life. In the end, when we form these proteins, these polypeptides from amino acids, there are two major categories of proteins that we end up with. The first are structural proteins that give structure to things like our plasma membrane. In the last unit, we looked at the plasma membrane and saw that there were proteins embedded in it giving structure to the plasma membrane. We also looked at the cytoskeleton within the cell, that are proteins that give shape to the cell. But then other proteins are functional proteins. Some would be within our plasma membrane. We have the proteins that help to facilitate diffusion within that process. We have proteins within our muscle that allow our muscles to contract. We also then have enzymes. Enzymes are functional proteins that help to speed up chemical reactions. A substance that they act on is called a substrate. So here we have molecule AB that is the substrate for this enzyme. This enzyme has an active site that is attracted to and wraps around molecule AB. What it then does is pull molecule AB apart, forming the products molecule A and molecule B. The function of the enzyme is to help speed up this reaction. That molecule AB might have broken down into molecule A and molecule B on its own, but the enzyme sped up that reaction. And this is related to the term catalyst and relates to enzymes. Enzymes are biological catalysts. A catalyst is a chemical that increases the rate of a chemical reaction but is not permanently altered by that reaction. An enzyme speeds up chemical reactions, helps to regulate metabolic pathways, but only a small amount is required because they are not used up but recycled within our body because the enzyme, although it's involved in the reaction, is not changed by the reaction. One thing we should make sure to clarify is that there's lots of catalysts that we come in contact with in our everyday life. For example, at the end of a match, there are chemicals that act as a catalyst in order to get the burning of the match going. Then the wood just burns on its own, but the chemical at the tip acted as a catalyst to speed up that reaction to get things started. In cars, in the engines, we have spark plugs that help to get the reaction of the burning of the gasoline going. The gasoline, once ignited, burns on its own, but the spark plug acted as a catalyst to get that process started. So these are both catalysts as well. All catalysts, as we defined it, are chemicals that increase the rate of a chemical reaction but are not permanently altered by that reaction. Enzymes are catalysts, but not all catalysts are enzymes. The chemical at the end of the match, the spark plug in the car, those are not enzymes, but they are catalysts. But all enzymes in our body are catalysts in order to help speed up reactions that normally would take a long time to occur on their own. As we saw in this reaction earlier, the shape of the enzyme fit the shape of the original molecule AB. The active site and the protein were shaped in such a way that it interacted with that molecule AB so as to speed up the reaction to break down the molecule AB into the two molecules A and B. Enzymes fit specific substrates. The enzymes speed up reactions, but not for all reactions. They react with specific substrates that they fit to like a lock and key, as we saw in this example earlier, in order to produce the reaction. So to go back to that image, this is what it looked like. You can see that the negative side of the substrate and the positive side of the substrate fit right into the beveled portion of the enzyme that were positive and negative, the opposite charge. Imagine we had a molecule that looked like this. The enzyme in this case would have no ability to do anything, cause any reaction with that molecule because it doesn't fit correctly like the previous molecule does. Again, this is the idea of the lock and key, that enzymes cause specific reactions to occur because they act on a specific substrate. We mention enzymes at the start of this unit because most of the concepts that we'll discuss during this unit relate to various chemical reactions occurring, and each step in those chemical reactions has specific enzymes that allow those steps to occur, and to occur quickly. Keep that in mind as we move to the next learning outcome, because we'll step away from that idea for a minute, but after discussing energy, we'll get back into this concept of enzymes.